Tipis are an iconic symbol of the American West. For thousands of years, a number of tribes utilized tipis as their home in the United States and Canada. The sleek design of tipis comes from a need of form and function rather than aesthetics. And even though tipis are arguably the most iconic of all Native American dwellings, very few tribes actually utilize this home. Around the world, other peoples have utilized tipis as their homes as well, most notably in Sweden, Finland, Norway, and Siberia. In North America, many tribes were agrarian. They were farming tribes who raised crops. This allowed them to have permanent settlements made of stone, such as these Pueblo ruins in Chaco Canyon, New Mexico. But other tribes took advantage of the resources of the Great Plains. The prairies of North America used to be home to seemingly endless herds of buffalo or American bison. These herds provided high-protein food year-round for the people willing to hunt them. But the buffalo were always on the move, searching for fresh new grazing. And so the people who hunted them had to have a home that was also as portable as the bison herds themselves. The teepee was the perfect answer. Teepees used to be much smaller than what are typically seen today, but with the invention of trucks and trailers, much longer poles can now be hauled when camping. Poles nowadays can be as long as 27 feet long. When setting up a teepee, 3 lift poles or support beams are tied together and lifted to a specific position, and then poles are placed in a specific order and tied and tightened down as each one is put in place. It's vital that these poles are set up in the correct way so that the teepee is strong enough to withstand heavy winds. Once the poles are up, the cover skin is wrapped around the teepee. Traditionally, this was made out of buffalo hides, but most teepees today are made out of fire-resistant canvas. The bottom of the teepee is then staked down to the ground. A 2 to 4 inch gap is left all around the base. This gap is very important. A rope is tied around the base of the teepee, and a liner is tied to this rope. Then the top of the liner is secured to a second rope that also runs the entire length of the teepee. When a fire is burning inside the teepee, it consumes oxygen. The role of the liner is to provide a special ventilation that prevents people inside from suffocating. The properly installed liner will draw fresh, clean air from the outside of the teepee, no matter how long the fire is burning. When we peer down, we can see the 4-inch gap at the bottom. Fresh, clean air comes in, up, and over without chilling the occupants of the teepee. Once the sun sets, the fire is lit inside of the teepee, and the teepee itself begins to glow. There's something warm and welcoming about the inside of a teepee at night. The fire produces light and heat and traps the heat because of the unique pyramid shape of the teepee. Even in the winter, a teepee is very warm. The smoke and sparks just go out the smoke flaps up at the top of the teepee, and fresh air is drawn in all night. Teepees are a beautiful part of North America's rich cultural heritage. If you enjoyed this video, or if you like learning about history, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.